Hello friends and my lovely viewers. Welcome back to the channel of Neon Safe. Today we will discover the secrets behind Furukotofumi's build. Let's get started.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. I'm tired of shit.
Furukotofumi is a combination of our Shoten clan and our Kojiki clan. This must-have champion mostly thrives in the back of our battlefield, and has proven to be a solid S tier in Bloodline. He may not fall into the S+ tier, aka the meta-defining champions, but he is still an excellent top-tier champion, who deals AoE damage, buffs allies and debuffs enemies. His skills and clan traits is what made him a sought-after hybrid of this game, where particularly his passive skill has proven to be game-changing. This skill has a groundbreaking effect where he links with an ally. The link increases his and the linked ally's strength by 25%. The buff of 25% strength is a truly great addition to have on both him and the chosen ally. And also, if our Furukotofumi hybrid takes lethal damage, a shield will be applied to Furukotofumi. Simultaneously, the linked champion is given a shield as well, worth 70% of our Furukotofumi's shield. This shield effect can only happen a total of 3 times, but it seems worth it even so. The real reason why this passive skill is straight up awesome is because Furukotofumi prioritizes linking with one back row ally. So by placing our Furukotofumi in one of the back row slots, we minimize the choices available and force him to link with the other and only back row ally. So we can strategically place one high DPS champion in the back row slot next to him, and thus guarantee to boost the chosen ally's strength for as long as that ally stays alive for. So that is why we may preferably place him in the back row of our battlefield. Only times when we may not place him there would be if we have 2 amazing DPS champions who are equally strong, works the best in the back row, and benefits brilliantly from strength buffs. This situation may be a rare occasion, but if it happens to be the case, then it wouldn't be necessary for us to use Furukotofumi as a fill-in to the back row slot. I hope I explained it well enough. Now, there are multiple great champions, hybrids, and guardians we could place in the back row. Amongst our guardians, I personally believe any of the DPS types may work amazing with his link ability. Abyssals, Queen of Frost and Eldrasil are all great examples of guardians we may choose for this, since they rely on strength to deal lots of damage. Same goes for our hybrids. We may want a high DPS hybrid who deals strength-based damage. To suggest a few, we may use either Phoenix, Aiko, or Lupercal. They are our top DPS hybrids who mostly rely on strength to beat up the enemy. Phoenix and Aiko prefer the back row, while Lupercal statistically has proven to thrive in the front row. But even so, Lupercal may still be worth having in the back row with this link effect, since it doesn't hinder his performance significantly in any way. Aiko only deals damage in her ultimate skill, which is a bit of a bummer, but her active skill activates a 30% damage buff for Aiko and one random ally. And this could be really useful to us in my opinion. Phoenix deals damage in most of her skills and also has the well-known execution effect. I feel like Aiko may be the better option, but it may depend on who else we want for our team. Hybrids are overall great options, but they may be difficult to obtain too. So for those of us who haven't acquired any suitable hybrids or guardians, we may instead select a champion for this specific back row slot. Male Askavark has proven useful with Furukotofumi's link effect, and same goes for female Dur and female Nereid. They are great DPS champions who simply make good use of the strength buffing link. But this is only if we do not have guardians or hybrids available. The very best option as of now would obviously be one of the guardians. It is just difficult to obtain them and it takes a lot of time and resources. By the way, there is another champion who is very interesting, and I am talking about our male Kojiki. This champion is not into dealing damage, but rather prefers to launch crowd controlling effects. What I find interesting about him is in the passive skill. His passive skill also has a link effect which prioritizes one of the back row allies. This link effect of Kojiki buffs the chosen ally with 30% increase in attack speed and 25% more damage output. Additionally to that, when our champion heals himself, the linked ally will also receive 35% of the healing amount of our Kojiki champion. He may not be suitable for the back row slot next to Furukotofumi, but he could be placed anywhere else in battle and still lend us extra buffs in the back row. Imagine if we place our Kojiki champion in the very front row, where he statistically thrives the best. And then place Furukotofumi in the back row, together with either one of the suggested DPS champions, hybrids, or guardians. That would give us a 100% certain link from Furukotofumi to the back row ally, and a 50% chance that Kojiki's link lands on that same ally. And if the link does not land on the ally, it would land on Furukotofumi for sure, if we place Furukotofumi in the back row as well. This kind of formation may, if we are lucky, buff the chosen ally of the back row with 25% strength, 70% of Furukotofumi's shield, 30% attack speed, 25% damage and 35% recovery of Kojiki's healing amount. And that is a massive buff altogether. If we somehow make the chosen back row champion fight close to Kojiki, then that ally would additionally gain a 20% damage buff from Kojiki's active skill. How exactly we make it happen may be tricky, but we know Kojiki is statistically better in the front. And thus we may want an ally who rushes to the front to fight alongside him. That being said, there may be other team comps with Furukotofumi that work just as great, if not better than this one. And it may take some trials and errors to find the perfect combination of everything. We may experiment by, for instance, placing 2 DPS champions in the back row, and place Kojiki in the front row close to Furukotofumi. Or we may switch it up a little, by placing Kojiki in the back row together with Furukotofumi to see what happens. I am not saying these formations are great, I just believe we have to be creative and try out different things to improve our team. Now, since we are already talking about this hybrid, we may also discuss his traits quickly since things may have changed since Furukotofumi's release. I can see a couple of trait comps that may work nicely on him. First is the combination of brutal, fierce, steadfast, or barrier. And the other is brutal, fierce, aggressive, or energetic. Whether we go for steadfast or barrier, alternatively aggressive or energetic, kinda depends on who else is in the team with him. I don't think there is much else to say about our Furukotofumi champion. But if we want the male Kojiki in our team to try out this duo link combo, this may be the perfect time to acquire him. We currently have a banner going on, where we may spend summoning crystals to get the clan. But if we are too late, it is also possible to gain the Kojiki clan by partaking in the Convoke event. If things are the way it used to be, then finishing the Convoke pass should unlock the Redemption store. And in the Redemption store we may have purchasable Kojiki clan tokens available. Just to give a small heads up, this Convoke event may not be a free-to-play route. As for our Shoten clan, there is no banner going on at the moment, nor events. So if we want Furukotofumi in our team, it may be difficult acquiring the Kojiki and Shoten champions needed. I do suggest we wait for either an event or a specific Shoten clan banner to appear, instead of gambling our summoning crystal in the random summoning circle. The chances are very slim in the general banner, and it may just waste our crystals. With everything being said and done, how would you build this Furukotofumi hybrid? Feel free to share your thoughts with us in the comments section below, and also let us know if we missed anything. This is a very wide topic, and I tried my very best to highlight his hidden potential, but it can be hard pointing out everything. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to drop a like on the video to show your support, or subscribe if you want to keep up with us. Have an amazing day, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, stay foxy, adios, bye.